Mom, I'm playing with toys. Leave me alone for a second. I'm about to review this brand new Vampirella figure from Frazetta Girls. All right, it's been a long wait, but now is the time. Now is the time to check out the new Vampirella from Frazetta Girls, Icon Collectibles. We as collectors have long been overdue for a definitive Vampirella figure. Hopefully, that wait ends today. Let's take a look at the packaging. Looking at the front of the box here, we have some beautiful Frank Frazetta original artwork with a Komodo dragon, a little skull on the ground. Something really cool about the front of the box is it's embossed, it's textured, it's raised up a little bit. Definitely a very nice touch. You don't see that often. Pretty standard spine. That way you can throw it on your bookshelf if you're an inbox collector and you know exactly what you're looking at. Back of the box. This is where all the magic is. The back of the box gives us some product photography mixed in with a little bit of Frank Frazetta art, as well as shows you everything that comes in the box. All of the accessories, the additional heads, the extra hands, the graveyard diorama pieces with the trees and the tombstones, and we even get a little shout out to who worked on the line down here. Project leader, Joe Weber. For Frazetta Girls, Sarah Frazetta. Project management, product design, and packaging, Eamon O'Donoghue. Big shout out to Eamon. You're doing the Lord's work, buddy. Sculpting, Aaron Doyle. Paintmaster, Matt O'Toole. And photography, the 1/6 shooter, Trevor Williams. You know, he loves his pudding and he loves his chair. Matt locks on, you best beware. Very cool packaging. And like the other Frazetta Girls action figures, windowed packaging. Some product photography shots here on the left with a Frank Frazetta quote. I have a very personalized woman. You've seen my women. They kind of look alike. I've tried to escape from that and I was never happy. She's got to have a certain look. Those eyes that I love. Frank Frazetta. So, yeah. Great packaging, great artwork. I like it. But let's see what this figure's all about. Here she is straight out of the packaging. None of the additional accessories. Right out of the box. Beautiful paint apps. Beautiful sculpt. Got nice little boots. Got little gold rings around the wrist. We've got a nice little golden arm bangle. Center torso cut. And just like the Frazetta Girls Tigra figure, her hair actually is pegged in. So easily swappable. Looks like the same connector port for Tigra. So if you wanted to mix and match some of their accessories, you could. Here's a second hair piece. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Very easy to swap it over. We also have plenty of additional head sculpts that come in here. So let's take a quick gander at those. So the next head is this sassy open mouth showing her fangs head sculpt. Looks like she's about to get her feet on. She's about to suck your blood. A smug, I just ate. I'm very full. I would love some dessert face. Yeah, that's badass. That's my favorite head in this pack. You can never have too much dessert. And with this being my favorite head sculpt, I'm going to go ahead and throw it on the body. This is probably how she'll end up on my shelf. I want to suck your blood. Ah, ah, ah. Stop falling with your high heels. Stand up. Or better yet, just lean right there, girl. That's what I'm talking about. So the first tray actually has some additional accessories in there. A skull, as well as a second skull. So we got two skulls in there. They won't fit on her head. We also have some bats, like Batman, but without the man. There it is. So one bat, two bats, three bats. We also have a tree that goes with the diorama, which we'll get into this in just a moment as well. Looks like we also have an additional little arm bracelet here. Let's go ahead and throw that on. Her left arm over here has no bling, naturally. So we'll go ahead and pop this hand off real quick. Boop. We'll slide this bad boy right over her wrist. Oh no, her hair fell off. And let's just go ahead and slide it on up. Yep, fits nice and smooth, nice and snug. And let's pop her hair back in. Boop. There it is. Lieutenant Dan, you got new hands. Yeah, Forrest, they're made out of titanium, like from the spaceships. And the rest of the accessories in the first tray are hands. Whee! Let's see what hands we're working with. First set of alternate hands. These are kind of like Titanic hands is what I call them. Like when Rose is all like, never let go, Jack. Never let go. But then like he lets go and he freezes. And it can also be like the power of Christ compels you. When you smack people in the head that are possessed, you can use them for that as well. I like those hands. We also have some classic grabby hands. That way if you want to give her weapons or put something in her hands, you absolutely can. Gotta love grabby hands. I don't know, like some jujitsu finger of death over here. I know what it looks like to me, but I don't know if I should say it. We won't say it. You also have these. They're for hitting pressure points. She is a master of pressure points. And this right here looks like one of her fingers got like bent back and broken. I don't know. Definitely some unique hands right here. First item is the diorama graveyard base. See plenty of little slots in here for attachments, little pegs and whatnot. Let's see if we can't fill all these holes. Yeah, let's go ahead and take the tree that we had from the first tray that I mentioned we'd be seeing before long. Tree. And just push it on down there so it's flush. We have plenty of tombstones from the graveyard. First tombstone. Rest in peace, sweet Eleanor Frazetta, June 15th, 1935 to July 17th, 2009. So it looks like we're paying our respects right now. Let's go ahead and slide this one in. Looks like it fits right here. We also have homage to the great one, Frank Frazetta tombstone, February 9th, 1928 to May 10th, 2010. Let's go ahead and slide this over here. It only makes sense. And just push it down a little bit. Good as new. Shout out to Frazetta Iconcollectibles by Frazetta Girls. Let's pop this one right here. Yep, snug. It fits. You must acquit. Generic, so to speak, tombstone. No writing on it. It's got some cool cracks. Definitely a really neat sculpt. There it is. Is that your beak? No, it's not my beak. So that plugs in right there. Just gotta line it up. We've got one more set of little tiny tombstones here. Also, no writing. And it looks like those just stay in your home. Are you too good for your home? Cool. So it's got the bulk of all the pieces on here. I really like this diorama set. It's definitely a really nice touch. So those skulls that I mentioned earlier, we can probably throw these up here too. All right, so we've got the diorama base completely assembled here with all the tombstones, the extra skulls. Let's check out her articulation, shall we? All right, we'd like to start from the top and go down. So with the head, it can turn both directions relatively easily. She can look down super far. What's going on down there? She can't really look up just from the head, but that's due to the hair. If we take the hair off, she can look up pretty high. So really, it's just the hair that's restricting her upwards visibility. It's no big deal. And the arm swivel all the way around. Go ahead and pop this bracelet back up here. The arms can go all the way out into a little T-pose here. Actually, not quite all the way up, but enough to do what you need to. So while it rotates up, we've got a little bit of swivel because you see the little ball joint in here. We've got single jointed arms, the hand swivel, and of course they're on a hinge as well. So you can go back and forward. Not too bad. Looking at the torso, upper torso swivel. Lower torso doesn't really do much. We've got ab crunch. Go all the way forward here. And then as far as back, you can hit with the backwards ab crunch, and she can look wherever she damn well pleases. We do not have the thigh cut, much like the Tigra figure, which is great, because it kind of, takes away from the sculpt. There's always a trade-off when you're making toys. Articulation versus shelf appearance. And while she can still hit a lot of those poses, she's not a import. She's not meant to hit those crazy ninja poses. But, she can almost do a Jean-Claude Van Damme split. So that's still pretty impressive. Legs kind of rotate just a little bit until that catches it. That's always going to catch it. And just playing with it right now, you kind of see a little bit of paint rub. So be careful playing around with it too much. Down to the knees, just like the arms, single jointed. The lower leg swivels, which is neat. The feet swivel and are on a hinge. Looking at kick mobility, go up to about here, backwards kick. You can go a lot further, but you're not going to be able to pose it if you go that far back. But yeah, very standard articulation. Absolutely understandable when it comes to having such a great figure. And it looks like I just broke off the arm live. That's pretty cool. It's good for you to see. So yeah, that's going to need some glue. Now that we've seen everything that she comes with, we've seen the diorama, we've seen the articulation, let's do some size comparisons. And you know what that means. It's Morbin time! So here we have the Marvel Legends Morbius. We have Edward from Twilight. He's a bit taller. If he saw her at school, he'd probably save her from getting hit by a bus too. Let's get rid of Edward. Because, we're kind of a Team Jacob household here. Wolf King Customs. Ow! Mesco. Nosferatu with his big old poofy cape. Let's go ahead and tuck that in so you can really see a good size comparison. Some nice soft goods on this guy right here. So with the hat, he's much, much taller. So much taller. He's actually taller even without the hat, but they still scale pretty well. And just in case you wanted to see a Demon Slayer, a little Buzz Mod action here, there's a nice little comparison for you. She should probably wear suntan lotion. And here's a size comparison for Mythic Legions, one of my favorite vampires, Baron Volagard 2 from the Alithia wave, with some custom Max Bird soft goods on him. He's fancy. He's so fancy. You see that fur around his neck? Maybe he's taking her out on a nice fancy date. It's like a dinner party. Maybe they'll have a pretzel bar. Shut out Muskicon. They have pretzel bars.
Hey Goku, she looks really strong. Give me a sensu bean.
Yeah, that's right. That's Fig Art's Krillin. I usually see him always laying down, staring up into the sky, giving a monologue.
Why me?
Maybe you should get good, newbie. Maybe you should train a little bit harder, like Goku, always starting fights with people he probably shouldn't start fights with. And last but not least, you can't have all Krillins and vampires. Well, I mean, Blade's still a vampire, but he's also a vampire hunter. Mesco Blade, one of the baddest dudes this side of town. Whistler, would he hunt her? Yeah, I reckon he would. So yeah, you heard it here from Whistler. Those are my size comparisons.
Just kidding. In secret, another size comparison was forged, more powerful than all of the other size comparisons.
Purple Armory Knight Van and Purple Armory Knight Jordan. Those are some bad dudes right there. They wouldn't hunt her. They would do other things, though. Final thoughts. With all things considered, I really like this action figure. I like it a lot. The sculpt's beautiful. The paint apps are beautiful. You pretty much get a full diorama in this setup. The box art is beautiful. The product photography is beautiful. All the accessories that you get, from the different hands to the different head sculpts to the extra set of hair to the skulls, it's really badass. Clearly, I broke the arm off doing the review, so that's probably not a great look, but who knows what's going on with that? I might be the only one. It could be an isolated incident. Something else that didn't make the video that you should probably know about, I had a really difficult time getting the bats to hang on the trees. Once again, could be a user error. So if you like Vampirella, definitely check out this action figure because she is a lot of fun and definitely has a great shelf presence that's just going to grab your friend's attention. They'll be like, hey, what's up with that sexy vampire lady? You'll be like, oh, let me tell you. Oh, and if you didn't know, we do more than toy reviews. You can usually catch us at most of the big toy conventions on the East Coast and every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for Purple Gang Gang Live. We talk about toys, we have great guests, there's lots of amazing giveaways, and we get pretty out of pocket. It's a lot of fun. I really think you'll like it. Hey Jordan, tell them who we are. Purple Gang Gang.